this weekend. How's the team looking?
Yeah, good. Obviously, I thought last Saturday was our best performance in the last few weeks, although we've had some positive results. I think the performance needed to be as good as it was to get something for the game, so encouraged by that, and picking up a point on the road at a tough venue is great. But back now to 2 home games, Aberdeen and Rangers, and hopefully we can replicate a lot of what our home form's been over the last couple of seasons, and 2 great games for the supporters, 2 great games for the players, and really looking forward to it. But in terms of team news, Robbie Dees is back, doing a bit of training this week. He's been fitted with a mask as an extra kind of protection for him, whether he chooses to play with that or not. So he's been back in competitive training really for the last couple of days, which is good. And the only injuries we have is the longer term ones with Brad Lyons and Kel McInnes.
2 victories over Aberdeen already this season. Obviously they've changed the manager now. Can you use any of that, or is it a completely different outlook now?
Yeah, I think what has to be said, I think the home game here against Aberdeen, we were worthy winners. I thought we were very good on the day, and I thought we thoroughly deserved it. I thought the game at Pittodrie was a bit different. I thought it was like, it looked as if it had a 0-0 written all over it. We were competitive enough. I thought we'd been the better team. I don't think we were. I think we were just much of a muchness. But we come up with a big moment, Davy Watson, a real bit of quality in the dying embers of the game to win the game, and it felt like almost snatched a victory really from having a point. So there was nothing in that game. I think Aberdeen are littered with good players. I think we all recognise that. They've got a lot of talent there. Spent a lot of money putting that squad together. Miovski's obviously the one that gets talked about, and rightly so. His reputation is growing, and but they've got some talented players there, and we've got to be mindful of that when we go into the pitch. But we're encouraged. But as I say, the last 2 results against them, beat them last season here as well. And I think for us, it's just not really about the opponent. It's just about staying focused on what we need to do, and we've still got work to do for us to attain what we want set out from the start of the season. So tomorrow gives us an opportunity to do exactly that.
A win in the Cup for Aberdeen, still looking for their first league victory under Neil Warnock. What have you made of his start to life up at Dublin?
Yeah, well, they've had some tough games. We go to Ibrox. I watched the game, and up to watch the game against Motherwell last week, and then the game against Hibs, which is never straightforward against these sort of teams. So, I think like any new manager, you go in and you try to assess what you're seeing, and obviously address things that need to be improved. So, I think for us, it's like we've got an idea maybe what type of team they're going to pick tomorrow. But again, what I said earlier, it's just try to make sure we focus on us. I think we've got to expect a tough game for Aberdeen, but equally I want them to expect a tough game for us and get exactly that.
Obviously a talking point of this weekend will obviously be the Battle of Bramall Lane. Do you have any fond or unfond memories of that game?
No, I think it was a long time ago. I think 23 years ago, and I still occasionally get asked about it. I think from my point of view and my teammates' point of view, I remember that day being one of relief, just winning the game, because in the midweek, me and some of my teammates went to Cheltenham on a day off, and I was more worried about the wrath of my manager. He said he would forget us being out midweek if we won at Sheffield United, and thankfully we did that. It was a very big win for us, and on what was a brilliant season. We went on to win promotion that year, and it was another step along the way. But obviously I've got fond memories of it, to be honest, in terms of that, because I was more worried about my manager than anything else.
Have you spent much time in the company of Neil Warnock since that game?
No, I think came across him when I was at Bristol City, and I met him a couple of times in flights up from London when he was going up to his place in Dunoon. But in a couple of conversations regarding players, he'd tried to sign a couple of my players over a few years. I think the most recent one was Johnny Hayes at Aberdeen. But a couple of conversations. I think a real respect for his longevity. He's 75 years of age. He's been doing it since 1980. That is it really is some feat, that, to be keeping going and still keep the fires lit for management, because management's tough, and for all managers, young and old, and I think whether you're experienced or not, you know, I think there's a respect for the job that we all try and do to the best of our ability, and I'm sure management's changed from when Neil started to where it is now, but to have managed through all the different generations and different periods is a nod to his longevity that he's still doing it.